Hi everyone, welcome to the Day the Music Died edition of our CPA News Update. That's in tribute to all you Buddy Holly fans out there. I'm Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs and the Business Learning Institute. Time to take a quick look at what's happening around the profession today, Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. First up, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan stumped for his economic policies during his State of the State address today, calling for tax cuts and transportation improvements, while also trying to rally support for his revitalization efforts in Baltimore City. The Republican governor repeatedly cited instances where he and lawmakers worked together in the past, asking for cooperation in passing key initiatives, including his proposed $42 billion 2017 budget. Read more about that at bizjournals.com/Washington. Maryland CPAs returned to Annapolis today to testify in support of House Bill 171, which would create a lower appeal bond cap for businesses with 250 or fewer employees. This is one of the key issues on the MACPA's legislative agenda this year. MACPA Executive Director Tom Hood was among those testifying. He said Maryland's small and mid-sized CPA firms are asking for the same access to justice that large businesses enjoy and that 32 other states have granted. You can read more about this on our blog, cpasuccess.com. Paid sick leave is on the minds of Maryland lawmakers. Senate Majority Leader Catherine Pugh, a Democrat from Baltimore, is introducing a bill that would allow full-time workers to earn an hour of paid time off for every 30 hours that they work, earning up to 7 days of paid time off. Delegate Luke Clippinger, also a Democrat from Baltimore, is introducing a similar bill in the Maryland House. You can read more about that at cnsmaryland.org. Some news on the tax scam front. Aggressive and threatening phone calls by criminals impersonating IRS agents remain a major threat to taxpayers. The IRS has seen a surge of these phone scams as scam artists threaten victims with police arrest, deportation, license revocation, and other things. The IRS reminds taxpayers to guard against all sorts of con games that arise during tax season. IRS Commissioner John Koskinen has this advice. He says, if you are surprised to be hearing from us, then you're not hearing from us. Good advice there. Read more at cpapracticeadvisor.com. Comptroller Peter Francho's investigation into tax preparers that file questionable returns in Maryland led to the suspension of processing electronic and paper tax returns for 16 additional Liberty Tax Service franchise locations. That came after Francho announced last week the suspension of 7 other Liberty Tax Service sites. Read more about that at wbaltv.com. And if you have received an email advising that TurboTax Online is currently unavailable, that's a scam too. It's one of many circulating this tax season targeted toward taxpayers. Other similar scams suggest that inactivity has led to deactivation of your TurboTax account, or that your refund cannot be deposited because of a problem with your bank account. Intuit has an online security center with details, and you can read more at Forbes.com. Accounting Web has an interesting list of the 10 companies that will be impacted by the forthcoming lease accounting standard from the Financial Accounting Standards Board. That's the 10 companies that will be impacted most. That list is based on leasing obligations. Topping the list is Walgreens, followed by AT&T, CVS, Walmart, FedEx, Bank of America, Verizon, McDonald's, United Continental Holdings, and Delta. You can read more about that at accountingweb.com. And 2015 was a banner year for mergers and acquisitions as deal volumes hit record highs globally and nationally. Even so, optimism for mergers and acquisitions appears to be waning a bit. In a recent survey, just 37% of respondents thought the M&A market would strengthen this year. Read more about that at cfo.com. Finally, it's a great time to brush up on your ethics IQ. The MACPA is offering a webcast titled Ethics in Practice, AI CPA Code, and Real-Life Applications. That'll be tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern. You'll learn how ethics applies to you and your firm or company, why it's important to have a code of ethics, and how you can find what you need in the AI CPA Code of Professional Ethics. Get details and register at macpa.org. That's it for today, folks. Have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.